Hello. Aligned with the MML's culture of continuous improvement, we have found scope for further value addition in our ICF GCCP programs delivery, wherein instead of current program design with the 6 observed coaching sessions over the period of 6 months, from batch 2 2020 onwards, which is April 2022 batch, we will be having 12 observed coaching sessions. So instead of 6, we are doubling the observed coaching sessions to 12. The number of sessions and the chapters remains the same as batch 1 2022. So observed coaching sessions are observed and formally assessed by senior team of coaches. That includes Director Education GCCP, Director Academics MML, lead faculty coach as well as mentor coaches. Thus observed coaching sessions provide a great opportunity to the GCCP students not only to systematically practice coaching during their coaching education, but also to get direct on the spot structured feed forward from the experienced coaches with reference to the core competencies and the PCC markers. This shall result into students continuously working on the development of their core competencies. With this improvement, MML will be the only institute in the world that offers 12 observed coaching sessions assessed by experienced coaches in the ICF ACTP GCCP program as against 6 stipulated by the ICF, which is generally being followed by most of the coaching education providers in the world. Of course, these 12 observed coaching sessions will be in addition to the demos given by the faculty coaches and other practice sessions during the program. So there are in total 14 demos and coaching practice sessions already integrated into the GCCP program. Also in our buddy coaching program, GCCP students undergo 10 buddy coaching sessions. This provides ample opportunity to the GCCP students to practice and hone their coaching skills during the coaching education. This improvement in the GCCP program is commensurate with our motto of offering maximum possible value to the GCCP students while leaving no stone unturned in making them competent, successful and contributing professional coaches. Also, I have made a comprehensive master calendar for the GCCP weekday and weekend batch. This calendar is made for batch 2 2022 but can be utilized for any subsequent GCCP batches by just changing the dates and making little changes in the remarks column specific to that batch, while other all key information remains the same. This master calendar applies to all the stakeholders of the program, that is Director Education, faculty coaches, mentor coaches, students as well as MML operations team. It has the key information, that is to-do information in remarks column along with the timeline and milestones for convenient monitoring. Let me explain you the master calendar. Let me now share the screen. So this is a master calendar for weekday batch 2 2022. So the calendar has information that apart from these synchronous learning sessions, which are 50, synchronous learning session is what faculty facilitates online, that is the Zoom sessions what faculty conducts during the GCCP program are called as synchronous learning session. How many sessions are there in GCCP program? 50. So there are 50 chapters corresponding to 50 sessions. Each session, that is each chapter, is getting covered in 2 hours. Right, so there is 100 hours of direct online interface. Apart from that, so if you see this column, so we also conduct 1 hour session for asynchronous learning. This is a extra support being provided by Master My Life's Director Education in clearing your doubts as well as encouraging peer-to-peer learning. So what happens in this asynchronous learning chapters? Where the attendance is voluntary. So the synchronous learning where the faculty teaches you, there the attendance is essential. In the asynchronous learning, it's a different kind of pattern. If you have any queries, if you want to learn more, definitely you will get benefit by attending these extra sessions. The extra session is only 1 hour per week, right? So in this particular batch 2, it is on each Monday only 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. and this particular batch, when the classes will happen, weekday batch on each Wednesday and Friday 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. So the 2 hours per session, 2 sessions per week. Apart from that, there is one additional extra session of 1 hour getting conducted, or that will be conducted on Monday. What will happen in this particular session? Students will volunteer to become a chapter leader of one of the chapters. So they will study the coach study guide and then present their insights 10 to 15 minutes per chapter in the asynchronous learning session, that is Monday evening session. Also, if they have any questions on whatever they have studied during the month, they can of course ask those particular questions to the Director of Education, clarifying all their doubts in a module. Now, what is a module? Module is a set of chapters. So this particular program has 6 modules. So for example, module 1 has total 7 chapters. C1 is chapter 1, C2 is chapter 2, like that there are 7 chapters, right? So how it happens? So at the end of the module, again there is a session conducted by the faculty called as Students Reflections, wherein again there will be interaction between the faculty coach and the students on the entire module. So what we are doing, before going ahead with the next module, we are first ensuring that the module 1 fundas and concepts are 100% clear, right? So this is how the structure of the program is. So even if you miss any of the sessions, right, during that particular month, during that particular module, you will not lose, because we are anyway going to have this particular session at the end of each module. If you have any understanding gap, that can be managed during this particular session. Also, each session's recording is being provided on the LMS. So for example, the faculty conducts a session today, tomorrow, by tomorrow night, that particular session's recording will be uploaded on the LMS. Right, so you already have the access to that particular LMS system wherein you can learn. Plus, there is a session at the end of each module. So we have designed the program in such a way that the student will not have any problem in the learning even if they miss any of the sessions. But of course, if the students attends all the sessions, of course for their learning it will be great. So what this master calendar does, this master calendar gives all the information which is necessary for the faculty, coaches, operations as well as students. So for example, if I am a student and I am looking at this particular master calendar, I know that is I have to study LMS and the coach study guide before attending the live faculty session. So from the day one there is a clarity on what has to be done. Also it is mentioned, that is we will have the 2 introduction programs for the April batch, and the recording of this introduction program will be there in the WhatsApp group description. So student knows, means they means even if they miss any session, they don't have to worry, because they just go to the master calendar and they will find all key information is already there. For example, here it is already mentioned that the synchronous learning session link will be there in your WhatsApp group description. So as soon as you take admission, so before the start of the program, a official WhatsApp group will be made, which will be admin controlled. You can't send the good morning and the forward messages there. It is only for the official communication between the management and the students and the faculty coaches and the mentor coaches, right? So that group description always will have the Zoom link for the synchronous sessions, which is the live faculty session, as well as asynchronous extra voluntary attendance session, right? As well as the introduction session link, and also that particular on that particular WhatsApp group, you will get the coach study guide as well. So the everything So when you will get, how you will get that information, you will get into this particular master calendar. Now who will be the faculty, what will happen during the session, what is the andragogy. Now this andragogy student also know, but the faculty coaches must know it, right, because they are going to deliver the session. So this is a master calendar. So for the faculty I will focus say on the andragogy. If I am a student, I will focus on variety of the important information we have already provided into this particular remark column. If I am a master my life operations person, right, helping students, there are variety of the pointers, that is when to do what, right. So for example, it is mentioned that coach study guide part 1 and LMS access to be given to the students when, on 6th of April, right. So operations also know, that is on which date what exact activity, important activity they have to do, right. So this is M1, right. So this is the chapter name. Now you, in the coach study guide, you already have the same chapters with the same name, right. So the idea is you do some pre-work, you understand that at your home, and then come prepared for this particular session, so that you can ask more pertinent question and grasp more, and the discussion during the session will be more practical and application oriented and not the definition oriented, because we are all adults, right. So we want to learn by experience, right. So you want more tips from the experienced coaches. It is possible provided you do some preparation. How much time it takes? Hardly 1 to 2 hours per week, that's it. Okay, so this is M1. Then again same, this is M2, right. So these are the chapters, these are the chapter headings, this is the andragogy, the faculty, and these are the important pointers what students must read. So this entire remark column is basically for the management of the program, and the students are one of the key stakeholders of the program, right. So we are managing the program for the students. So once you go through this particular remark, you will know what you need to do, right. Then then there is a M3. With the M1, M2, M3, we complete the ACC level part 1 of the training. So before completion of the part 1, we give you coach study guide part 2, which is for the ACTP students who are going to complete the entire program at a PCC level. So when that coach study guide will be given also is clearly stated here, right. Then we start the part 2, which is the advanced level of the program, PCC level of the program. This is M4, these are the chapters, this is the andragogy, right, and these are the key informations what we are providing to all the stakeholders. This key information is for the students, for the MML operations, for everyone, but every stakeholder, that is students, MML operations, faculty coaches, mentor coaches, lead faculty, director education, will understand this particular Excel sheet at the start of the program, so that you will have a smooth journey. Then it's a M5, again the same pattern. A detailed information is given time wise, means for example in a coaching observed session, right. So we are giving students a great benefit of supporting them with the lead faculty, with the director education, with the director academics. So when these people will join the session, so for example they will not join for the session on the theory, which is executive coaching model and all that will be covered by the faculty, but as soon as the observed coaching session will start, just before the observed coaching session, the director education and director academics MML will join, so that you students will go into the different breakout room and you will get the multiple perspectives from the multiple people, right. So this is how it is. At the end of each module, always it is a kind of revision, but it is a more than revision. Students come prepared with their understanding, means for example now I am talking about this chapter 40. What is chapter 40? Coach study guide M5 student reflections, right. Now it is already mentioned what is the focus of this particular session. Focus on the coach toolkit, tools, techniques and models. So in this particular program you will learn variety of the tools, techniques, emotional intelligence, neuro-linguistic programming, right, deals, logical levels, appreciative inquiry. So like that you are going to learn variety of the tools. Again, there are different models for executive coaching, business coaching, relationship coaching, group coaching. Once you learn this, because here now you are reaching the mastery level. So at the end of this coaching mastery module, which is M5, students will reflect, student will share their insight on what they have learned with reference to the tools, techniques and the models. And there is a director education there, experienced, knowledgeable coach. If there is any gap, the director education can provide you more information. So this is a very interactive session. This is led by students, supported by director education mastermind like GCCP program. Okay, so then we go for the M6. M6 is all the business module, wherein we want students to be successful coaches. So for that we support you in developing your understanding about the business, and after the program also we support students with the YML CMC, that is You, Me and Life Coaching Mastery Consortium, wherein we support you for the business development as well as for completing your 500 hours of coaching practice needed for you to apply to ICF for PCC credentials. Now during the program also 2 times a feedback will be sought from the students, right? So at the end of M3, so our director academics will circulate student experience Google form, so wherein you will share your experience of the program, right? So of course if there are appreciations point, you will mention that, so that we can further work on our strengths and excel in those strengths. And if there are any improvement areas, you will state that also, so that we can continuously improve and add value to the coaching domain. Also, there will be 2 times a MCQ test circulated to you. Again, this is not related to certification. This is not the passing or failing or scoring great marks or grades and all that. No, we are all adults. We are learning for a different purpose. We are learning to become competent coaches. Coaching is a life skill. It is not only a business, and also we want to contribute to the society after becoming a coach. So the test, the nature of the test is different. So when our director education will circulate this test number 1, right? So when at the end of the M3, what is the test name? GCCP Learner Knowledge Assessment Test 1. So there will be some MCQ questions which you will answer. So based on that, the MML will understand where you are, or are there any gaps. So if there are any gaps, so we have the opportunity to basically work on these gaps. So this is the purpose of the test. The purpose of the test is not scoring or assessment. The purpose of test is to understand gaps, if any. Like this, so this is at the end of M3. So the same thing will happen at the end of M6. Before completion of the program, again your experience will be sought, your feedback, feed forward will be sought, and there will be advanced learner knowledge assessment test will be conducted, because still we have time, still we have few more sessions left, wherein that understanding can be, if there is any gap, it can be breached, right? So all this information is there. So students also know that is okay, you can expect this particular test, right? So during this particular period, MML operations also know that the entire team also knows. So we are all aligned on all the key areas of this particular program, right? So I wish that all the stakeholders understand this particular document. If they have any questions, please discuss with me, go through this particular document. If you want to further add few more information into the remarks column, which you think that it will benefit students or our faculty coaches or MML management, you are welcome to do so. It's a soft copy which now I am going to circulate. So I am going to convert this particular sheet in a Google sheet which will be a editable documents, and the authority will be given to the faculty coaches, mentor coaches, as well as our director education and the director academics of the program, right? So we are on a continuous improvement path, and our batch 2 2022 will be the peak of MML GCCP over the journey of say 7 batches. So whatever learnings we have had during this particular 6 batches, we will see that we implement all those particular improvement point in this batch 7, which is April 2022 batch, and I seek your enthusiastic support in the continuous improvement. Thank you.